Call the Forestville Town Board monthly meeting to order on Monday, July 19th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Roy Engelbert,
Here.
Larry Huber,
Present.
Jason Klahach,
Here.
Dina Schmidt here. I'm Ruth Kirscher and Chuck Schley
Thank you.
here.
Has the,
I have to say here.
has the agenda been published
Yes.
properly?
yes.
Okay. We have the agenda presentation. Notice. Most approve the agenda would be in order.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion by Jason, second by Larry. Only see one correction on number 12. The fireman's picnic is on Saturday, July 24th, rather than 25th. That's the only correction we have. Okay, all those in favor, any other things on agenda? We don't have to move anything around. Any other comments? If not, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. The minutes from June 21st have been published, and you have a copy of those.
And yeah, they're on the website and I reviewed those as well. I'd make a motion, we accept the minutes as posted.
I second.
Motion made to accept the minutes as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I oppose, motion is carried. Treasurer's report.
The cemetery checking, we have $128.34. Cemetery perpetual care, we have $10,128.23. Cemetery savings, we have $3,264.43. Town checking, we have $1,369.49. The money market, we have $119,215.40. And the LGIP general, we have $265,869.53. And the contingent, we have 50,000 yet.
That's not shown on.
Yeah,
Down.
it is,
is.
but
Down,
Yeah,
down,
it's
down.
separate.
I just stated it doesn't
Yep, way down there.
claim any, get anything, but
We've got dollars.
No,
It's good though.
yeah, I made sure.
I tried pulling it up and the same thing happened to me when I pulled it up. This got,
Cut off, yeah,
Cut off, yeah.
you got it.
No accounts receivable?
Nope, we have none.
Will come. Great. Motion, we accept the treasurer's report.
motion made to accept the treasurer's report. Then was there a second?
I second.
Motion made and second to accept the treasurer's report. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Public comments, anybody online, Larry?
No, no one else is here but we.
Anybody wishing to make a public correspondence? I guess I'll hold my correspondence at appropriate time.
The only comment I'd make is a comment I gotten about the wild parsnip in the ditch on 42 is creeping west.
It's been reported, yeah.
And I know we're gonna cover invasive species, but
Well, yeah, but yeah. You know.
that's a public comment. It's been mentioned to me,
Mhm.
so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the American Rescue Plan. Well, we received our 1/2 portion of that, right, Dina?
Yes.
And then Jake from Towns Association said he was going to put together a easy chart to figure out how we lost income during the pandemic. And did anybody figure that chart out yet?
No.
He said it was gonna make it real easy, so all you have to do is go back to Schedule C and pull that figure off, and you can figure it out real easy. So I couldn't even print out the instructions.
I downloaded that spreadsheet. There are multiple tabs on that spreadsheet. You start out with the first tab and it gives an overview, and you go to the next tab and it does stuff. You go to the next tab and it does stuff. You go to the next tab, it does stuff. 8 or 9 tabs. And each one has a whole list of instructions and information. Till you get down to the end, that's where you put your stuff in. But you have to really go through that whole spreadsheet.
Is that what you have to do?
Yes, you start with the tab on the bottom on the left side. That's the overview. And then you work your way down all those little tabs all the way across. And at the far end, is the worksheet that you have to put information in from our
Schedule C.
Schedule C.
Okay, I didn't really
It's-
look at that yet.
It takes, it took me quite a bit of time
Oh, yeah.
to go through all of those pieces, but I didn't have access to all the information, so I stopped, I figured that, yo, we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have another
I
study.
had other things going on
Yeah,
too.
yeah, well, we're gonna, we'll have to, it's not something I have to do. Our first report is due end of October.
October, yes.
And that's,
We have some time,
yes.
I think, to
yes,
get that
we have-
in.
We have some time. And in the meanwhile, we have, Steve is writing us emails saying giving us, get together with broadband, and all the reports that we have is that hold off on broadband. There's federal money and state money coming for broadband study, so I talked with Playbanks, and Playbanks said, yes, we donated to his request, but I'm still not donating to his request yet, I don't think.
I would agree, at this point, not.
I guess that's all we have to say about the American Rescue Plan. That's for our standpoint. We'll be talking about that again on our town association meeting in August. Okay, this species, Jason.
Yeah, I have, what I've been doing is I'm logging on, logging more areas that are like really patchy. Again, you're wild parsnip, but I've been noticing that too is creeping all along 42.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's going up the ditch, it's going into the property.
Yep, it's going into the property, so that's also been noted too, so I'm gonna get together with them to find out where our plan of action is for that.
Because that's the county's
Yep, County's
responsibility.
responsibility on that one. And
Is it?
A state.
State,
State, yeah, but the county's taking
Yeah.
care of it.
Take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some of those invasive species like the parsnip might have to be like spot sprayed, where you spray just the plant, so.
Ooh, it's bad.
Yeah, so, and nobody wants to walk in that either, because it's potentially bad, it's harmful, so,
Well, yeah,
so, yeah, we're.
I know people who have had issues
Mhm.
with that.
So that's one of the things that we also, we're looking at, plus then I found some more malignant patches of phragmites and some of the other stuff that's on our list, so. I've just been taking a plat map and adding to it,
Okay,
in addition to the plat map.
and that goes right
Goes
to.
right back to the swamp.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, that's-
I have my daughter drop stuff off and there's people not laying in the public building, there, blood spewing out of them. So she dropped some paperwork off me one day. She walked in, somebody laying on the floor there.
Oh, really?
Over and she's just like, yeah.
Okay. Okay, town hall rental agreement, we're working on that. Did we update that to look at tonight?
I have one comment on that, the cancellation refund on the number 7. It says, should it become necessary for licensee to cancel the event, a written cancellation notice must be postmarked 90 days prior to the event. Usually they don't book
90
events 90 days.
No.
Not,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well,
but
I
I
just
didn't know.
copied that.
Yes,
And
And I think it's fine if it stays in there, because if somebody books something let's say they call me in February, they wanted for Christmas, then they would have to give the 90-day. But see, people don't pay me until they come to pick up the key. That works out better for me, because if they pay me and then they cancel,
oh,
then I've got to refund the check.
Yeah.
If they pay me money and then, I have it deposited or Dina deposits that and then they refund the check. And it's just as easy to,
well, yeah, it's, I would have appreciated getting some comment back. couldn't
well, I was going
modify
to,
that.
but then I thought, well, I'll wait till the meeting and see
Oh,
what
okay,
everybody
fine.
thought about it. Yeah, it's
Done.
easier.
I don't know if you should leave it 90 days though, maybe 30.
Yeah, that seems like because usually, or even 30 or 60.
Yeah.
Because within a few weeks, a lot of people call, a lot of times
Right.
it's only like 2 weeks ahead that they call to make a reservation,
Well,
unless it's a big event.
We can change that.
I don't know.
Otherwise, everything that was in that agreement
Yeah.
was contained in all the various ways
Right,
we
right.
presented.
Mhm, mhm,
So, and quite frankly, that piece I didn't really think about.
mhm, mhm.
But we could modify that if you want to.
See, because they don't pay me ahead of time.
Right. they
Either,
don't
so I
pay-
don't-
Well, is there a need to get a refund if they don't pay you ahead of time?
No, because I don't, they won't get any money back if they don't pay me.
Do they not, maybe we don't even have that in there.
No.
No, no,
No.
no. No. And I like it that way because I ask for two checks, one for the rent and one for the security deposit. And if it's good, then I return the check, the security deposit check,
drop it,
or
the
I put it in
cancellation.
through the shredder. Yeah. if it's
Cancellation
okay.
and refund, we could almost drop that then, because people don't pay.
No,
Pick up
no,
Till the day they get the key.
right, right. Mhm.
Right. So that's.
And that works out better for me and for Dina too, I'm sure. So another thing, well, I don't know if you want to just decide on that, because I have another thing to talk
Okay.
about.
As far as I'm concerned, however, what I was hoping we would be able to just put everything into this agreement
Mhm, mhm.
and cover it. The cancellation, we have nothing in any of our information on cancellation, and I just took that,
Of course, it says, should it become necessary, so that if they want to cancel, but if they don't pay me, they don't get anything back.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, they cancel.
No, right.
So then the hall is available.
Mhm, mhm.
To me, I just, I included it because it was there.
Yes, yes, and I do understand that, yeah. Mhm, mhm.
Have you ever had anybody say, apply for the hall and give you the check and then it's gonna
No.
be 6 months later?
No.
No, they don't do that.
mhm.
No, that.
I just
isn't
had
the way
one
we
that paid
operate.
ahead of time, and that was just recently because they rented the hall 1 month and they paid for the second, they're gonna rent it twice the following month.
Okay,
So they paid twice,
Okay.
but other than that, no. No.
Well, if we don't have that circumstance,
Yeah.
why have that
Mhm.
in the agreement?
Right.
Yeah, because
well, do you have enough copies for all of us? Or-
this is just a draft copy.
Oh.
I had asked if you could have sent that forward.
Yeah, I did forward to everybody,
You
didn't I? I thought I
I
did.
think so.
Oh,
I didn't-
oh, okay. Well, that's my
I
mistake
know I
then.
sent it to you and asked you
Yes,
to forward
yeah.
it for review.
I looked at my email.
Because I
yeah.
printed it and I thought, oh, okay.
Well, it
But
didn't-
anyway, another thing, here, where was that now? Okay, licensee, town agrees to grant license to our licensee license to use a hall and or the pavilion. What about the ballpark? That was one thing. We had another situation, I know, like, last year we had the situation where I had the hall rented. And Big Dogs asked to use the field, which was the agreement that they would not park in the parking lot here because there was a party going on. And that was the agreement, but that wasn't told to the rest. So everybody was parked here, and then when the people came, they were carrying these roasters and they were complaining about it. So then I came down here and asked them to move the cars. Well, all of a sudden it happened again this year. We had a funeral dinner here. And they were playing ball. I had no clue they were gonna play ball. They just came. Well, I talked to Dave Ninus and he said it was miscommunication. Nobody had told me. And then they said, oh, okay, we're having it that day and also 2 more days. So then I looked, oh, thank goodness, nothing was booked. So it was okay. But then one day was a rain day. So they came the following Monday. I didn't know about that either. So it's just like they were not telling me that they were gonna use the ballpark.
It's interesting you bring that up because I notice when they do play here, they're parking all the way over here.
Yes, all the
but
way
they never
around.
park
I know.
in that lower area.
Well, they said that that's where a lot of the foul balls go and can break windshields. Well, there was one that was broken over here. And I said, that's what your insurance is for. I was kind of irate that
Yeah,
day.
it's-
Yeah, but they don't park over
Yeah,
here.
they don't park where they're supposed to be parking.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
park
don't.
all along the, in the
Yeah.
grass
Can we
all the
make
way
can
around.
we make a sign? Would there be a sign put up saying if you're here for the ball diamond, you park in the
Yeah.
lower side?
Do we
that
rent
around
the
the road.
ball diamond out?
No,
No.
no, but
Just a questioning it.
You know,
so-
then I talked to Lois Metke and she said, oh, how much are you charging? And I said, we aren't getting anything because the Mets had the concession stand. They're the ones that were making the money. Well, they claim they hardly make anything because, you know, there isn't that people drinking beer or whatever and not selling that much.
After 403C, I wouldn't put anything either.
But I, you know. So, but now after I talked to Dave, he says, oh, I know there has been a problem. He says, we'll use a Colbert field next year. Well, why didn't they use it this year? I don't know why, but it was just a miscommunication and I just kind of was a
Well,
little
how would
upset
we
that they,
incorporate-
I don't know if we have to say anything or,
We
you know,
currently
if-
do nothing.
well, the Mets don't, but what if you have like Brussels wants to come here and use it? Should we charge for that? That's another thing to consider. I talked to Lois and she says, oh, you should be getting at least $50. Lois Metke, she rents out the town hall in Brussels and then she keeps track of the ballparks. I don't know.
Now, they have 2 fields at Brussels and 2 ball diamonds in
Mhm.
Brussels.
2 or 3, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know there's 2.
And,
So the Sevastopol, they have several.
yes, yeah, Sevastopol, they charge the team that plays there at Institute $100. The hard ball,
Right.
yeah, but for that, they don't do anything to the field. They have full-time.
Well, they have
work-
people that
Work there, and so they
Mhm.
keep the field up, so they don't do anything to, well, our Mets take care of the field, all we do is cut the grass, they take care of it, the blinds up and fence up and.
Right.
So, you know, when the big dogs came, well, I talked to Jim Grover, he says, oh my gosh, we use so much, they have to line the field and they have to get
Mhm.
everything ready. He says, we're losing money on this. So,
Well, they also move the picnic tables out from under the pavilion and leave them out in the weather.
oh, do they? Oh, I
There's
haven't
one out
noticed
there
that.
again.
And went out there
Oh.
You
again,
and I have moved them.
yeah.
before.
Oh,
So, I don't know.
maybe
I
something we
would, I would
should.
include the ball field in there, it's the town's ball field. And the agreement we have is just with the Mets to use it, we don't have an
Mhm.
agreement with anyone else to use the ball
Okay.
field.
So I don't know how, you know, it should be
Occasionally,
incorporate
the
that in there.
school, Southern Door used it.
Right, but they have the right to do it.
Yeah, they, that's.
Yeah,
Southern
mhm,
Door,
mhm.
That's, Big Dogs is a private,
Right,
concern.
right. Yeah.
they're not a public.
Well, I put together the suggested wording,
Mhm,
You know,
yes, and
yeah.
it was,
and if there's changes, you can change it. Did I send out did I send you a PDF or did I send you the Word document?
like just a Word document, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I thought I sent it out. That's my mistake.
Should we review? Make a few
We'll
changes
do
and
it,
review it
next
week?
month, next
month,
time, yeah.
We'll bring it back next
Um,
month.
Yeah,
Okay.
or,
So-
you know, especially if another club is gonna use a field, there should be a charge, I
Yeah,
would feel,
yeah.
you know.
Well, you use the bathrooms and.
Well, yes,
Yeah, the
yeah,
place
the
is open,
paper
I mean,
and
they are
the
using it.
toweling and.
Yep.
Mhm.
Make a few changes and pass it on to us. before
And
next
otherwise,
meeting.
the rest, I think, you know, you can take this, Roy, if you just
Okay.
kind of scribbled on there, but I don't know if I have any more. I don't think I did. Just had that
So
one.
you want to add the ballpark and then also that cancellation thing is kind of moving. Is not
To
necessary.
me, it was, you know, I didn't feel that it had to be in there, but should become necessary.
I don't know, should we pull the cancellation?
You know, if they
paragraph
don't
out?
pay ahead anyway, you know, it doesn't, I suppose it could remain in there. If they don't pay ahead, they're not gonna get a refund anyway, you know, because they don't pay ahead.
We referred to it as a rental
But
agreement.
we're saying they have to give 90 days notice
Yeah, if they
if
cancel.
they cancel,
yeah.
which that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, commencement date in order to receive a refund.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, in order to
Yeah.
see, okay,
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter, yeah.
I mean, you could stay there and we could
Right.
change it to 30 days.
we have,
I would change that to 30 days. I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
That would get-
we have very few cancellations.
Right.
The only cancellations I had were recently because of the
Mhm.
COVID,
Mhm.
you know,
Sure.
other than that, there's always,
The other thought I had after I had gone through it, we refer to this as a rental agreement.
Mhm, mhm.
And this is called.
A license agreement, yeah.
A license agreement.
Yeah.
So would it be an agreement or a license? You know, are we getting a license fee or are we getting a rental based on an agreement? And so I was mixed. I said, okay, I just took that
Mhm.
and changed it to town of Forestville. I didn't want to make a arbitrary change and call it an agreement. But I'd have to look at that then and make sure it said then agreement throughout instead of a license.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because then you start getting into other issues on information that we have on the website talks about rental hall
Mhm.
agreement. We don't talk
Mhm.
about licensing.
Yeah,
that.
we would have to change that too.
Okay, so it's an agreement.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's an agreement.
And I'll forward that to you too, so you have.
Well, I'll
I
read,
just, oh, okay, if you want to change it, then. I'll
yeah,
forward.
and then I'll follow up and make sure you forward it.
Yep, okay,
Okay,
okay, I'll forward it back to you. Town-
sounds good.
with Town officers.
All right,
All right,
so we'll reconsider it, then modify it and bring it back.
changes to be made in
Right.
the next.
Okay.
Sanitary district, did you hear anything?
No, I didn't get anything other than the bill that showed that, you know, we were 1 month behind because they hadn't cashed our check from November. So I've got 2 checks in there this time, one to replace that other one.
Oh,
They
I lost that too?
No, the one in November, the one to replace. Did you sign 2 checks?
Huh?
I missed
I think
that.
I only
missed the
signed
second
one.
thing, 22.99.
Oh, you signed it. 299, 220, 299 and 300, yeah, they're both signed.
So I,
This one I put on there, November 20th or 2020 sewer and water replaces this check.
so they lost that check?
They must have,
They never got
because
it.
they said they never.
Is that the one I asked you about that they didn't?
Mhm, Yeah, yeah. And she said they didn't have, they just thought we were a month behind.
Oh, jeez.
So,
The only information Chris Sample passed on to me is that they're talking with the village of Forestville again.
okay.
That's, the DNR is pushing that consideration to
Mhm.
move to
down
that.
Yeah, that's an active discussion.
Yeah, so that's still active. Yeah, that's not dead.
I thought the village shut that down.
No, no.
They did, but then it's been revisited since the election.
Yeah. So it's back on again. Okay, cemetery report, anything happening there?
Nope, it's looking good. I mean, nothing happening there.
Okay. If I stop by, I'll try and, in the next month or so, cut those branches around that basswood
Oh,
stumps there. That's the only thing.
yeah, that comes back.
Yeah, that comes back,
Nothing
yeah.
much to do with.
Chuck, the fire department's got an active business going on in July. I got a call from the chief saying that he heard it on the radio. What's going on? Why are you putting in the fireman's picnic on the radio? I said to give you publicity.
I have to change the date though. then. That's right.
I'm watching that one.
The fireman's picnic,
I had it on the agenda
it's on the agenda.
and
Yeah.
I sent him the agenda. so
Oh,
he
that
was just like,
way.
yeah.
Picked it up.
And then the radio station picked it up and said, what are you gonna talk about? And the only thing I have about the fire picnic is that they're looking for help, Jason. Lions Club, Horse and Maple Lions Club is gonna have some people helping there. So if you wanna help, give Chris Sample a call.
For the,
Fire picnic, yeah.
oh.
They're gonna start, the parade is at 11 o'clock and start serving food at 11:30.
Oh,
And it's all the condiments and everything, so it looks like it's gonna be good. One of the things at the picnic yesterday, they had engine number 6 there. And I was surprised how much equipment, this, in number 6 is a tender plus a pumper. And how much equipment they have on those equipments. And we might get to see the 3,500 gallon one in the parade.
they finally got it?
Well, yeah, that's over in the north shop. Yeah.
Yes, north and south.
Yes.
Oh, nothing's out.
Yeah.
Yes,
north.
north and south.
Got that drummed into me, yes. So what else is going on besides fires? You got a little activity.
Yeah, a little activity. There were 7 fire calls
7.
Mm,
since July 9th through the 14th, and if you consider the one they had Friday at Bearcats in Algoma,
oh, that was a big
Oh,
one.
they had one in Bearcat.
Yeah, Bearcat
Oh, yeah.
burned.
one of the smokehouses. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's a smokehouse, and fire, and this one, something happened, they don't know exactly what, but something happened and they, fire damage, water damage, smoke damage,
Mhm.
okay, so, and hey, I don't know how many, you've been around, I don't know about the rest of these homes, but, oh, I shouldn't say that, I'm sorry. I apologize for saying that.
You're
I don't
on
know
the
about-
internet.
I don't know,
That's
yeah,
no
I don't know
problem.
about the rest of you guys, that used to be a gas station.
At
Yeah.
one time.
Remember?
Yeah, it was shares gas.
Yeah, Sharon, hey, good, right, yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Judy Share.
yeah, that used to be a gas station, yeah.
Citgo.
And then right next door was what, Farrell Lumber?
Yes, right there, the big Farrell Lumber Company. Yeah,
Huh?
it was, yes, Farrell Lumber
Well,
Company.
anyway. Nobody was injured and they got it out the best they could. 36 EMR calls.
Oh,
And one of those EMR calls was assist the patient lift, so. I don't know if the fire department went out right away or if they called them after the fact, but anyway, they had to assist with the lift. Depends on where, if it's upstairs. Difficult. Rich has been sworn in by all the municipalities, so we're good there. So that's the name of that tool. Now. The concrete apron at the North Station is done. Got finished a couple of weeks ago, looks nice. Now all we gotta do is blacktop,
Mhm.
and that, right now, that's up in the air, we don't know what Nassau Township wants to do with their portion. We can just do our portion and let it go from there, but the guys on the board from Nassau are looking into that to see what Steve Sullivan wants to do. Let's talk about fire signs, fire
Yes,
numbers. We have to do something.
we found out last week, planning department
Yep,
put it on, didn't do anything in 2019, and of course, 2020 was COVID-19, so everything got pushed back. In the last meeting, the planning department said, this is Mariah Goods Department, she said, well, I thought that we're gonna go with GPS systems in all the fire trucks and all the EMS trucks. And so I asked Aaron Leclerc last week, I said, is this true? Absolutely not. We don't have time to look that up when we go. We rely on signs completely.
so
So,
you guys get around. I'm sure you've seen signs that you can't read during the day.
We created an entire list, turned it into the planning department. And that was, what was that, right, 2 years ago?
2009.
2 years ago. and,
2 years ago, and requested that they do follow-up to get signs replaced. I don't know how many there were. There were a lot of signs.
Yeah, we had about 90 and 1/3 of them ordered new signs, but they're getting worse right now.
But we also requested that they put a different signage countywide, and that, I don't know where the county stood on that. They didn't have the money at the time. Rather than running parallel to the road, I suggested that perpendicular to the
You
road.
have to,
I
you
understand that.
have to.
Everybody else is doing that, and that's the only ones you're gonna be able to see.
The other night, we came back from Green Bay on X. And all the signs that Kewanee County has, you honest to God, you have to be totally blind not to see them.
Mhm.
Right.
And they put them in a certain spot. They're not up by the house. They're not over by the barn. They're not over by the machine shed.
Right.
They're where you can read them at 50, 55 miles an hour,
Mhm.
And what did you guys talk about as far as double sided?
No, that's what it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
that's, they gotta be
Okay.
double sided,
Okay.
through, no matter what direction,
Yeah,
and
so then you would replace them all?
that would be for the county entirely.
Yeah,
That's where the county had a problem. Is that correct, Roy?
that's correct. Right now, my memory serves me correctly. It looked like it's almost a $20,000 tab for our township. at that time. Now, this would be a company that come and install them and all. the
Right,
property.
yeah, it would have to be,
And so you take all the 19 municipalities around here,
but
so.
when we talked about it, they said you couldn't do just one municipality.
No,
You needed to do
Yeah,
all.
yeah, this would be a county, this would be a county instigated and county promoted. As of right now, I don't believe it's in the 2022 budget. I believe it's tabbed for 2023. That's what's, looks like right now.
That's what they could do with their vacation Door County money. They could take that and put into the new fire numbers. Destination Door County.
Yeah, we'll have a chance to talk to John about that on the 20th. On the
Well,
26th.
well, we're, the firemen mostly, they're the ones that brought it up. The board agreed with them
Yeah.
100%. This is a safety issue.
Yeah, it's all, yeah,
We recognized that 2 years ago as a town board.
it's all over the county, Chuck. It's not just our
Yeah,
township.
and
Right,
carried it
right.
forward to the county.
Yeah,
Some of us had the insight to say even before they put them in, because that was Kiwanee County already were putting their signs in north and south, so the sun wouldn't fade them away. And that's one of the things that was brought up too, and that was like
Yeah.
a suggestion that just got tossed out.
Hey, all the fire departments need to get together and go to the county board.
Well,
yeah, it's.
That's not gonna happen.
No, yeah,
No.
no, it's,
It's a good idea, don't get
It
me wrong,
is.
but it's just not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
But we
It's
gotta
gotta be, they're not gonna listen to
Fire
anybody
department,
but the town boards.
No.
yeah.
and
We
we,
need a county run fire department too.
as we said, though, we turned that over to the,
Yeah, it's the planning department has to make that decision.
right,
Yeah, it's that decision to go, and so far, and this was just probably 2 months ago when that subject came up, and I know it's not in the 2022 budget right now.
Okay.
But,
It
definitely gotta
needs
do
to push a
something.
little harder.
And that was a comment, and so I'm gonna keep pushing on that one,
right.
as long as
But
I,
that, it's in the planning department. or
Yes.
It's in that committee.
that's where the budget comes from.
Okay,
And the trouble is right now, who's gonna pay for it? Are they, is the town's gonna pay, municipality gonna pay for their portion, or is the county gonna pay for it? That's, I think the last time the county paid for it,
yeah, because it's mandated countywide.
so.
The Kiwanee County pay for theirs or
I
the
have no
individual?
idea.
Be interesting to
If
know.
you looked at, like I said, I made a special, because of this, I made special attention to the signs from 57, Highway 57, all the way, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
And the first set of signs were red. And the second set were blue.
Right.
Mhm.
What's the reason for that? I mean, is that different township? No, it can't be.
No, it's not a different township, it's just the opinion of what is more readable by the people ordering them, that's what it is.
Anytime you leave it up to people, you're screwed.
Well, if you're colorblind, how does that work? If you're colorblind, you don't see red. Is that the deal there?
I heard that blue was, the green is not a good color, but I heard blue was a good color, I heard that. so.
Well,
And the thing is, deer see blue, and they always say that the deer will see the sign and stay away from the sign.
Oh, yeah, okay.
at least now I have something to take back. to-
Take back that, and yes, that as far as I know, it's in the 2023 budget. But so far, as of right now, I know it's not in the 2022 budget.
Well, when a new home goes up, who takes care of that? Planning department?
No, the owner calls Christine Moe.
That's the planning department.
And she's in the treasury department, but she orders a sign, and the homeowner pays for that. And.
They do.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Any idea how much?
30, I think it was $30 for the sign, and then but it's all, when it's all said and done, it's about $100 if you want somebody to come out and put it in the ground for you. Replacement signs are around $30.
And a number, based on our original inventory, about a third of them were replaced.
Yes, yeah,
We had turned in some 90-some signs that were in need of replacement. And the planning department contacted each one of those owners, and about a third of them paid to have their sign replaced 2 years ago. So, and at that point, that's when we went to the county with it. And that's when they said it's gotta be done countywide, You can't just do it for one municipality.
Why
And
not?
so it's a county issue.
Is what?
It's a county
It's
issue.
all,
County, I understand that, but why can't, why can't the county do it for Forestville? Why can't they do it for
They
Nassau?
want the whole county to be consistent. I'm telling you what we told, what we were told.
What you were told, and I'm just laughing at that because you go north, anything north of Sturgeon Bay is different,
They're the same kind of signs.
huh?
They're the same type of signs.
But the mentality is different.
I'm not going to discuss that.
Good. I'm glad. But yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from, but, in the meantime,
It's a safety, public safety issue.
exactly,
yeah.
you would think that would be number one, and of course, it's not.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear Aaron say that, no, we don't go with GPS at all. We go strictly with road signs,
Yep, that's
and we will
the
continue.
911 center.
Yeah.
You got it.
I think that's it.
Well, all I can say,
As long as I can report something back to the guys that it's in the planning department's hands.
and it's planned for the 2023 budget. It's not in, I know it's not in this year's budget, because this year's budget's almost all set.
Next year's.
Yeah, so it'd be in, when I do the planning for 2022.
But it would be up to the
2022 or
landowner.
2023.
23,
Okay.
if it's not this one, be.
That's maybe not.
Oh,
That's part of the discussion.
That's the big discussion. Is the county gonna pay for it? Or is the municipality gonna pay for it?
Or is the homeowner gonna pay for
Or
it?
is the homeowner gonna pay for it?
Or do the fire departments pay for it?
Yeah.
They're the ones who want
They got the budget.
it. Well,
Yes.
until the first place burns down because they can't find it because they don't know what the
Correct.
fire number is.
Now, Chuck mentioned a little bit about his falls, the 36 EMR calls. We had a big increase in the month of June for EMR calls. It's like over 100 over last year at this time. A lot of emergency calls going on. And of course, we got more people. And usually when an emergency call comes in, EMR goes, ambulance goes there, fire department goes there, the police go there. So it's a lot of, takes up a lot of time. Another thing that's happening is that we had you probably saw it on the daily news about false calls, the
Oh, yeah.
911 calls, bad calls. And of course, every time there's a hang up, they gotta go and check it out. And so stay on the line.
inadvertent.
Yeah, stay on the line if there's a bad call, so. Well, Chuck also mentioned that the ambulances are now being equipped with the automatic loaders for the lifts. So before, you gotta have like 2 strong people to lift the gurney inside the ambulance. Now, it comes out straight, it can hold 700 pounds, and then it can lower down to the ground. And Joyce was at the last meeting for safety meeting, and she was impressed with all the stuff that's in the ambulance.
Oh, yes.
Like Chuck said, there's a special chair going down the stairs that they put people in to be able to go down the
Yeah.
stairs. And so so same thing with fire engines, how much equipment there's in there, same thing with ambulances, how much is in there. So it's, we're well equipped, thank goodness.
You're aware that we've got a new set of jaws for life?
Oh, did you get another set? You got it.
Well, the newest set
Okay,
and battery operated,
okay.
takes 2 men and a boy to lift that bastard.
Mhm.
Excuse my French.
Uh,
That thing is heavy. That thing is heavy.
uh,
But the thought process behind that was we don't have to drag the hoses around, you
Yeah.
know. But anyway, that was paid for by the firemen,
Mhm.
their fundraising.
Another thing that's in the ambulance now is the device that fits over
Oh,
automatic. They
Oh, yeah?
got a name for it.
for CPR.
Oh,
Yeah.
for doing compression.
Yep. It keeps on going automatically.
Hmm.
The person doesn't get tired.
Mhm.
Interesting stuff that's going on. Well, thank you, Chuck.
I think that's it, yeah.
Very good, thank you. Well, Fireman's Picnic, the 24th Saturday, big time
Saturday.
in Forestville. And, okay. Okay, QuickBooks, how are we doing there?
Well, I was sick for 3 weeks. So not a whole lot got done.
Not a whole lot got done.
No,
Okay.
We just have to change that Medicare thing. It's one of the
yeah, I
big
changed the
things, but-
Medicare and I
But
want
at
to
least
try.
I know about it, so for the end of the year, I would know to correct that, yeah.
We're taking a little headway.
Mm,
Okay.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
getting there. I still want to try to change these reports so they're a little easier to
Okay,
read. They're kind of
okay.
like the older ones, but
Very good. Okay, roads and road work update. Well, we know about the culvert on Mill Road, that got finished, the culverts on Rosewood. They'll probably be working on that next week or the week after, they're coming close. Salona Road got ground up last week, and very likely they'll start laying the 3.5 inches of blacktop next week on that one. So that's happening there, so we're trying to get the work done earlier in the year than we did before. Grass cutting, we had a young lady that was the grass cutter for our township. And you know her name is Alexis Jandren, Mark Jandren's daughter. And she did all her grass cutting and she's doing a very good job from the standpoint, she's watching that road, watching that ditch as she goes, she's doing tremendous, great job on that. And she had been notified not to cut the north and south portion of Cherry Lane, and I made sure I told her not to cut the north portion of Cherry Lane. The harvesting of cherries are about 2 to 3 weeks earlier, and so our Mr. Sayer on Cherry Lane, I was there Saturday, he should be done today or tomorrow.
Oh.
They're finishing up.
I see Melody's closed.
Mhm,
Melly's
mhm. Yeah,
closed,
a couple days already.
They're all done.
Keeler's is still going in. so.
Mhm, mhm. They started later, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, he started, okay.
So what's happening with this thing on County H and Mill? With the guy in the
Yeah,
ditch?
what's the word, the utility, the planting.
Did he do anything more? He's doing.
Oh,
more
yeah.
work?
Oh, he's
Yeah,
there
it's
every
been-
day.
now it's
Yeah.
all dug up
Yeah.
again.
So,
Oh, really?
I
I
mean,
didn't- I
he takes
was-
a buggy down there, a wagon or a big buggy, and he's got all kinds of stuff in it and sits on the
It
edge of the
almost
road.
looks like an herb garden. It's almost what it looks like.
Oh, they have
Could
to,
be.
But it seems like nothing grows. I mean, it's only about that tall and
I don't have any idea.
looks like
I don't know,
grass.
but I just seen him down there when I came home on Sunday.
okay, I'll mention that to a new
In the
county
dark.
commissioner.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
dark.
in the dark, yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't see any trees being planted.
Okay.
No,
All the trees that are planted are still there.
The
Yeah.
thing, yeah, the things that were
they're
not
leaning, but.
in our right of way, but were in the county.
Right, right.
The only other one there, I called Dina, Kevin Jandren talked to the county to get a 30-foot culvert. It's in already. But the county had never notified me that they had delivered one, and we have not received a bill for that yet. So it's for Janet Jandren, who gets that bill. She's the one owner of that property, so she's registered for that one.
Okay, yeah, I keep
They
watching.
finished,
I
they
haven't got-
finished Niles Road.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Niles Road, take a ride on that one.
That's pretty nice up there.
Yeah, the paver is able to go 20 feet wide. And the last was done in one pass,
Wow.
so there's no seam.
Hey,
And it's 3 inches of blacktop on that road.
So they
wow.
widened it.
No,
No.
no, it's,
Oh,
That
okay.
was a 20-foot
Yeah, yeah.
road,
It
but
just seems so narrow.
the upper portion, they didn't go all the way down, but they rebuilt the Idlewild. portion.
yes, the first 1/10 of a mile, they added more gravel.
Right,
And then we own the western 1/10 of a mile.
Oh,
yeah, but that's all higher. That's
Yeah.
all, that's
Yeah.
much higher.
Yeah,
The problem they had was with that swamp area
yeah.
down the road.
And they had a little material left over, so they helped Nassawapi with that little patch there. They put a patch.
That patch needed to be
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah, they had a little stuff left over.
Yeah, I noticed that one. You
Yeah.
didn't say anything.
Yeah, yeah, that was done, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, the next item is, last time the crack filling, we're leaving that crack filling go. The county will be able to do crack filling, but we only had a couple of roads that we considered for crack filling. Louis Road was one of them. And I don't have to remember the other one right now. But we do have a corner of Mill and Old Elm Road. And that the portion, anybody go past there and see the markings on it?
Isn't it Center Road we were talking about for crack filling?
West Center, we're talking about replacing.
Oh, that one, okay. All right.
Ultimately, they had done some work down there at the intersection.
Yeah,
I don't know, was that just stopgap work that they did? They didn't finish the widening or,
no,
That where they put the gravel, you can see it's sunk in now.
yeah,
yeah,
See
that's,
that it has sunk
they
again.
put gravel in and that's where it's going to be milled.
and.
And then they're gonna move the blacktop over in toward the ditch. That's what,
Okay.
that's the portion of that.
Well, they had done some, looks like some base, sub base under there,
Yes,
but it's pushed down. or-
yeah, well, yeah, they're letting that settle.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea, I suppose, fill and settle
Yeah,
before you
yeah,
pave.
yeah.
Because if you don't have any base, you're not gonna have any
Right.
road.
Right, so they have to mill in order to hold it all together.
Right,
And have to mill that in. And these quotes that what I passed on to Ruth and she forwarded to you, they're very likely gonna be less than that.
Mhm.
But that's the portion of Old Mill and Mill Road Northwest intersection, cut and remove sunken area approximately 40 feet each way, build up the gravel. That's the portion that the town is gonna be responsible for.
$4,700.
Yes, 4798.
Yeah.
The portion that S&S asked was to have 2 feet added to the shoulder on the east side.
Okay,
Now, you just can't add 2 feet because if the truck does run on it, it'll just push it off. So they have to mill back 4 feet, mill back and then repave it. And if you look at the markings there, they have it marked where it's going to
is
be.
that what that was?
Yes,
Okay,
that's what that was.
all right,
And that's what, now, here's the question is, if it's for the benefit, and I'm gonna propose it to you, it's for the benefit of S&S. And anytime it's for the benefit of a business, it's probably their responsibility. That's what I'm proposing.
that portion of it,
That portion, yeah. Now, I guess we would want to do both portions, they would do both portions at the same time to keep the price down.
right.
Now, Dina, should I visit with the owner of S&S, or can you speak for that, or?
No, I'm not speaking for that.
Okay,
That's Randy's whole deal.
okay, because if S&S doesn't want to do that, well, then we won't do it. We won't do that. We won't.
Right,
uh,
that portion of it or that,
That portion, in other words, we'll still do the intersection, this portion, $4,800, but we're talking here, the 3,500, 3,600, right?
Yeah, I think that will be less than that, but
Well,
that's.
understood.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the price of that.
so that's where, when they come out from Old Elm and turn onto Mill, so what you're saying, on the opposite.
And they have a side, the east side of the road, yeah,
Yeah.
that's strictly for the advantage of the business.
Okay.
You know, it's not, it's, our obligation as a township is to keep roads, open roads and keep them plowed and graded. Well, we've got all blacktop now, so that's,
Yeah, we'll talk, yeah, you talk to Randy.
okay, I shall. So I guess at this time, remember, we've spent a lot of money so far this year in roads. We got the Salona Road, that's the most we've ever spent in resurfacing a road. And since I've been around,
That road was bad,
and yeah, it's needed done.
and it was a long chunk of road.
And a mile and 3/4. And it's, usually if all is right and good, we should be doing 3 miles of resurfacing a year, and we can only afford 1 mile. That's the essence of it.
9 3/4 this year.
Yeah, yeah. So if you want a motion to approve the intersection, the northwest corner of Mill Road and Old Elm,
I would make that motion.
is there a second to that?
I second that.
Motion made to cut and remove the north and replace and fix the northwest corner of Old Elm.
What is it? What is the cost of that?
Estimated cost no more than $47.98.
$790, okay.
All those in favor, please name by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, payment of bills next, huh?
Where do we start?
We start at the 20, I think it was the 21st, June 21st, Century Link.
June 21st. Century Motel.
Not too many bills this month.
Not too many.
No.
No.
The question Ruth, I have, or, that money that we did receive from the state, that
The
57,550. I put in miscellaneous other, what other revenue, is there something special you want that in?
Yeah, I'll have to look what they have on there. Miscellaneous.
You'll have to track
We could
that.
keep it in miscellaneous and then we'll have to put it as, you know, the ARPA,
Okay,
American Rescue Plan,
Because you'll have to,
so that we,
you'll have to treat,
note it as, you know, American Rescue Plan.
Which was just
Uh,
57.
Yeah, 57, 550.
515.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
57, yeah.
Why couldn't they take some of that portion of that money, and use that for this, for the fire numbers?
that's a good question.
You know, because that would have been like the same thing, it's a safety
But-
issue and.
Yeah,
Actually, let me back up a little bit. They're in the same thing, they're thinking the same way as what we're thinking.
Oh,
We figure out our formula
Yeah.
and that we lost money, goes into the general fund.
mhm,
Gotcha.
mhm.
And of course, if we can prove it,
Figure out how much it is.
yeah, so that's, yeah.
all right.
okay, I will look and see what there is out there, we might have one for that. Yeah, I'm not sure, otherwise I'll make one.
Yeah. Otherwise, even just under miscellaneous and then just note it as that.
Okay. Alright. We did get the highway aid, came in July 6th. LGIP, yeah.
29,000.
Yep.
And so the monies that we got for the American Rescue Plan, that 57,000 is going to be into, we have to keep track of that.
Yes. mhm.
Mhm.
As a separate item, but
Mhm.
we don't yet know what we can or can't do with that.
Mhm.
Okay. And then that's only the first half.
Yep.
We did get, I think we did get one more delinquent garbage collection from Nicholas Wolf.
No, that's the-
Is that what we gave, what we sent?
It just came,
Oh, it just came?
yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
2 days ago.
He's a resident of Maple, Emerald of Maple.
Yes.
It's not on here then?
Yes, it's on there.
Okay.
It should be in the.
Is that part of
it should
that
be in the.
475.50?
Where is it? Oh, yeah,
Well,
right there, County Door 4993,
Yeah. for that.
down on the bottom.
down at the bottom, yeah.
47.
And see now, when I would look at that, I would have no clue what that would be. You know, it
But
says
if
county
you-
of door split.
Yep, but if you
Yeah,
look in the
yeah.
split, it'll be in the
And
split.
see,
It's part
that's
of its
where-
interest and part of its.
Yeah. See where the old reports that it was all specified.
That's what I'm trying
Oh,
to
and
figure
it's-
out.
I
That's what
know.
I'm trying to
It's the
figure
same
out.
thing with when I look on my report. It seems like that whole column is missing. You know, if it's for treasurer, expense clerk, or,
Yep,
you know, it just.
there's gotta be a way to make that
Oh,
work. There's gotta be,
Yeah,
to split that out.
because I would hate to have at the end of the year, go through each one and figure, you know,
Yeah,
then some was better to
we need
do
to
a ledger.
find out how to do that.
Who's Roseanne Piston?
Roxy, she lives in Bill
Mayor.
Marin's house
Oh,
over here. Yeah.
okay.
They bought that years ago.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, that's. I was thinking about
That's
the-
Dan and Annie Dom's daughter.
Okay.
I'll make a motion we pay the bills.
A second.
Made to pay the bills, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Yeah.
Okay. Discussion and items intended for the future meetings, okay, one of the things. that's gonna be-
Announcements,
No,
missed announcements.
Oh, announcement, okay, WTA, yeah, that might went down. WTA meeting is going to be in Forestville Town Hall on August 26th. One of the things we'll be talking about is the plat books. There's going to be there's 39 plat books from in 2018 still available for less than $14. The
Oh,
new, the new plat books are going to come out in October, and they're gonna be $30 a piece. And they're all, you get them from the Soil and Water.
Okay.
So if you want a 2018 plat book, I think it's 1385 or something like that. But that's what's coming in the plat books. On the little twist that we're going to be having on our meetings and our WTA annual meetings, the one in September anyway, is that the WTA has given us $150, and that's for attending the convention at Wisconsin Dells.
Yes.
So one person that attends the meeting, if you're going to the convention in October, the registration will be free.
Did we make reservations for the October?
That's coming up.
That's coming up, yeah, we'll talk about
I've
that.
got that too.
Yeah, so that's, and then in the November meeting, we got a $50 certificate to be drawn. So we have two little incentives to attend the meetings. And guess who's gonna be the main speaker? Is gonna be Josh again, or John, what is his name?
Josh Van Leeshout?
No.
No,
Oh, John.
John Jarish.
Josh.
Oh,
Josh,
Josh.
I get-
Oh,
Yeah, John
okay,
Josh.
John Josh.
Yeah,
Okay, from Destination Door.
or destination Door County, so Jason, you'll definitely need to be there. Okay. Okay, anything else about that meeting? No, nothing else that I got. Items for the next board meeting, you probably heard something about redistricting.
Yes.
On July 1st, the federal government was supposed to get all the information to the counties so that the counties could sit down and get their redistricting. Now, this is strictly for local, nothing to do with state senators or representatives. This is strictly for our wards. It's strictly for county supervisors. And
Well, that has an effect on the local elections.
Yes.
yes, and so, and then the timeline is that then the municipalities have 60 days to review this. And this all has to be done in November, because on December 1st, county supervisors take out their papers for reelection again.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, right now, the governor did not veto that requirement, or that piece of legislation that the Assembly and the Senate voted on to keep it as it is right now and have all elections based on the lines right now and do the redistricting sometime in 2022 for November. Well, Governor Evers vetoed that. So as of right now, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the time frame is. I don't know, because see, we look at what the county's given us, and we either agree with what they did or tell them to go back to the drawing board and give us the new lines. So that's
Was that a full veto on the whole bill, or is that like
That
a line
particular-
item?
that particular item got vetoed, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a line item.
But meanwhile, we came out pretty good. Our towns came out pretty good. We got 10 items in there that were very favorable. We get money from the Anope Trail. And we used to get, average was 88 cents an acre. Now we're gonna get over $3 an acre. That was some of the politics we were doing. Our towns, our roads are getting a little bit more in 2022 for our road aid.
For road aids.
And a little bit more in 2023, so that's going up by a couple $1,000s. What it is on that. And so that's a few things that has happened. Also, the local road improvement program is going to continue the special one like we have every 2 years. That's being continued. There's money in the budget for that. How much or how they're going to handle that this time around, I don't know, but there's money in there for that on that. Another thing we'll probably talk about the Airbnb or ordinances that municipalities in Door County are looking at again. And writing up, Sebastopol is thinking about it right now, and they got a draft on, they're gonna be voting on that.
That's a short-term rental thing.
Short-term
Yeah,
rental,
short term.
yep, short-term rental.
I think for future meetings, we could almost drop this reference to cloud-based backup.
Yes.
Working. I
I
don't
think
think
so.
anybody's had a
Drop that,
problem with
yeah.
that.
QuickBooks, yeah.
Drop down number 13 to cross that out.
Mhm,
Yeah. That's the wording on there. Okay. Okay, Wisconsin Towns Association Convention. In this month's, it's going to be October 10th and 12th.
12.
We don't have to have the reservations in until September 21st. But we need to, like I'm saying, we need to think about it, should be in August, at our August meeting, we need to, yay or nay, who's going for that 2-day event. Well, actually, 3-day event, 2 nights.
2 nights.
Yeah. So that's on August 10th. to the-
October.
October 10th to the 12th.
I may or may not be here on the 16th of August. I will be traveling back from North Dakota.
I'm coming back from New York, but I'm trying to make it back for the 16th. So, because I gotta take one, drop one off, and then come back and take the next one.
Well, would any other
Later.
day be better for everybody?
I'm still gonna try and make the 16th. though.
Well,
So that's, unless Larry wants to move that back, it's,
yeah, my challenge is I won't be here Monday, I know that. And whether I make it on Tuesday or not, that's iffy. So I don't know.
About Wednesday.
looking at August,
Yeah,
so.
the 18th. That would be Wednesday.
I thought I put
Because
it
I'm,
down.
no, I'm rolling out on the 19th.
Oh,
isn't there one
I'm coming
hanging
back
on
in
the-
time for the 16th. I'm rolling out again for the 19th.
You know, I maybe took it
Would
off
the
when
18th work Wednesday?
we had elections.
Is there a calendar?
Anything you can set between 16th and the 18th is fine with me, but Thursday night, the 19th, I'm rolling back up the door.
Well, I'm not rolling in. I don't think I'm gonna get back until late on the 17th.
Okay, otherwise, what about like, what are you thinking, like the 23rd?
We could.
I know it's pushing it really late though.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Is there a reason? I mean, you can't,
I know.
you can't, this isn't until September, so we can still make that decision.
Right.
Yeah, true.
See, 23rd would work way better for me, because like I say, I'm dropping one off in New York and I'm coming back for the 16th. If, well, depends on how she can handle that.
You got your, what's the alternate dates? What is the 16th?
We're
That's the third
thinking of
week.
going to the 23rd.
What's the 23rd look like?
And
So it's the fourth week.
Fourth
there's-
Monday is 4-H.
Oh, really? That starts again?
In August already?
Well, they'd be getting ready for the fair, or is the fair, when is the
Fair's
fair?
done.
The
Fair's
fair's
done
over
end of
with.
Oh,
July.
yeah. Okay, that's right. I don't know,
I wouldn't think they'd start before school.
probably not. I can find out, but, well, we can book it and tell them they can't use it either.
23rd would, that's a fourth Monday.
Fourth
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, if that would work, everybody.
that would work for me far better than
Right.
anything that prior week.
Okay.
Okay,
So if we do the town board on the 23rd. That would work for you, Jason?
Mhm.
okay.
And that's 6:30.
We might get a late fee from Visa again. Our bill is due the 26th, so we'll have to get it sent in earlier.
Yeah.
Well,
I talked to someone regarding that Visa. Oh, that just angers me so much about that late fee charge.
Mm.
Anyway, they said, I said, can we change the due date instead of the 26th to the 30th of the month? And she says, yeah, we would need a letter with your credit card numbers on, all the information, and the board would have to approve it at a meeting and have a signed statement. So I was thinking maybe we should do
We
that.
should do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
we should do that. Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
change Visa.
Could you okay that now and just get the letter out?
Well,
and
it,
have-
it still would have to be.
We have to
Yeah.
notice it, it's gotta be on
Yeah,
an
on the
agenda
agenda,
item.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
legally,
had just talked to them about it, because, yeah.
Okay,
That'll work far better for me,
okay, so our next town board meeting will be August 23rd, 2021 at 6:30.
correct.
No other further business, motion to adjourn would be in order.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion made to adjourn, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Night.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.